got abstract wants, I got fast stack thoughts. Looking at the cosmos, connecting all the dots. If I'm just a point of view, how the fuck could I be lost? Chilling out in space on this big ass rock. It's the daily vitamin, man. Let's rock. Right. All right. Here we go. It's gonna be a short one. I got an appointment here at noon. I'm gonna have to leave slightly early so I can find my way over there. Yep. Episode 32. Bitcoin snapshot 94,502 is our current Bitcoin price denominated in US dollars. Don't know why this isn't working. We're gonna have to fix that. Not right now though. $1.88 trillion market cap. Channel views. Look at that, 600. We are on our way here. Definitely gonna have to figure out a way to make more views, manufacture more views, which we talked about more before, in terms of, you know, what could some potential strategies be for that. It's not gonna be, it's not huge on my list right now, but yeah, look at us. We are doing the thing. Okay. I mean, I guess firstly what I want to talk about is the idea of craftsmanship. I'm really riffing here. I didn't know I was even going to talk about this until right now, but I think more than anything, being a craftsman is actually just showing up every day and doing the thing. You know, it's funny because I listened to songs that I made a few months ago and I cringe. You know, I'm like, gosh, it's so bad. But it's just it's a beautiful thing to show up each day and just, you know, iterate on your process and just get better. And not even for the sake of getting better, just for the pure enjoyment of it. And it's fun to look back and be like, wow, look at that, it's getting better. So that's a beautiful thing. And yeah, if you show up every day and let's say program, then you are a program. If you show up every day and you make a beat, you're a beat maker. If you show up every day and write a song, you're a songwriter. Yeah, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. Just make things, enjoy that process. And yeah, like I've said a few times, just create more than you consume. Very short rant. I do want to kind of get my bearings here and see what I'm going to do today. Few things that are on the list in some order, but not in any particular order. But I will obviously list the things that come to mind first that are the biggest rocks. Finish, maybe not finish, but clay. Where are you going? The Marky Marks. How long do you think you're gonna be?
I'm gonna go walk in there, find a pair of work boots, it's just strictly for the vibes.
Yeah. No, I'll probably stick around then. I appreciate the invite though. Oh, I forgot to get my coffee. Get a cup of Joe?
I wouldn't even go to the gym. I would just veg around here. If I had no money, would you love me, love me, love me?
Just waiting on this coffee, guys. Rah, 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 rah. It's the Daily Vitamin. Craftman's. How do you spell Craftman? Craftsmanship? Is that not right?
Shit.
That's what I have here, but it's saying like
Manship, I know.
oh, it's crafts.
Craftsmanship, classic. Do you want to make it happen, Joey? Bang.
This is song I sing today. And let me
Classic.
what is the do where who sings that? That chunky.
Deep cut, man. The beer ones, you know.
It's all
Oh my god, like this. Alright, I'm back, bye.
The more you better. It's the Daily Vitamin. Throwing some tunes for you guys. I might have played this beat a bunch over the past few days, but man, I'm loving it. Maybe because the harder it becomes to get better, to improve, maybe. And that makes them more rewarding. Bow, 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 bow. I don't know how I'm gonna integrate it into what I'm saying, but I wanna get the play and I'm gonna put this in a motherfucker. Hey, let's put this up over here. When I put that here. Hey, hey, yeah. I got a nice message from, I think his name's Giorgio. Yo, saw your 2-hour YouTube video that you shared on Slack channel, which you programmatic redesign websites, and I have to say that is so fucking cool, man. Legend. Hey. Maybe this is additional information. Hey, so where did that go? Yeah, there it is. Hey, additional information. Oh, goodness. What is relevant here? Hey. Jojo, if you end up watching this, G-O-G. I just realized did I spell his name wrong? Gio. Oh man. What an L. Sorry, Giorgio. Hey, about it. Hey, hey. Play with clays. People say in the room. Today's head of support. Connected with good person soon. A lot of the work I did. A Slack channel. Awareness, consideration, conversion, loyalty, advocacy. Awareness, interest, consideration, intent. Oh. Awareness. Intent. Consideration. Decision. Loyalty. Advocate. Is that what this says? Evaluation, purchase. Consideration, intent. Unaware to interest. Is that what this looks like? Unaware. Awareness. Interest. Interest, consideration. 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 Intense. Value. Aware and activate. Your product. Hey, yeah, ba da 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 da. Na na na. And we haven't got back to this book in a minute. Might have to do that sometime soon. Is that right? I don't know. Different. And I don't know what's going on with my mouse, but it keeps bouncing around. Like, you see that? Pretty annoying. I'm based in British Columbia, Canada. but I don't think I see myself moving into it. Furthermore, I'm super interested in Visa sponsorship path, and term. Look at this, my mouse is gone. Okay. Hey, thinking about my time preference. I thought long term the future look immense. Kick back, watch birds in reverence. The light talking to me is so eloquent. No, this ain't permanent, we all little blips. In space and time. Don't race, you're fine. Erase your mind, we are. Maybe peel it back, see what's in the core. What a feeling when you find out you got something more. What it look like when there ain't no ceiling or floor. Feel that timeless whisper knocking at your door. It's the hero's journey. Every breath a new chapter in a story. Every misstep got me feeling sorry. But that's just empathy. It's not apathy. I know what I need. Cold water and some crushed leaves. Every time I'm feeling a little out of pocket, man, I must breathe. I don't cop fleece. I just watch trees. Jeez. All right. That's good right there. I wonder if this is more relevant in how you heard about us. I'm talking about my interaction with the brand. Negative maintenance. Favorite company value. Come across. Create more than you consume. I'm a verbalizer, and so I speak mostly in ideas. Not because I'm up. If I'm talking, isn't, I don't know, it is just inner monologue. Sure. It's part of my process of color. Information, which I kind of try to remove myself from. Remove myself from it. Use. Dude, I'm getting really annoyed with this mouse. What is going on here? Is this not like connected well or something? Nonsense. All right. So. We're gonna have to let that stuff percolate a little bit, because I don't want it to be too wordy. Yeah, I don't want it to be too wordy. Let's revisit what we have here for our how'd you hear about us? How'd you hear about us? Version 12. I'd initially earmarked Clay while prospecting in a previous role. I remember the playful branding captured my attention. Later, after I'd moved on, I got an encouraging LinkedIn message from a previous prospect, Jacqueline, at Airtable, who responded to my outreach with compliments and insights. So she said, Dylan, hey, I just wanted to reach out. I appreciated the thought and effort that went into crafting that outreach email that I got from you while you're still at Clay. Super well done. I just replied in order to schedule time, and got the bounce back, but wanted to pass along his feedback either way. Best of luck in your next play. From your header, it sounds like you might be headed in the direction of product/product ops. I asked Jacqueline about Airtable opportunities. While product roles weren't available, she recommended Clay and shared the post for the product support specialist position as a pathway into product. I dove in and saw its power immediately. So Clay is this thinking spreadsheet that can pull data from any API and connect it to other tools. I actually managed to convince somebody on the CX team to grant me Explorer permissions so I could use the HTTP API to build a Vercel /v0 slash Clay AI website redesign tool. Want to see it in action? Here's a walkthrough. Just as LLM powered IDEs unlock vibe coding, Clay's an IDE for vibe marketing. You know, the creative engine for rapid go-to-market experimentation in this LLM era. I'm excited to lean into Clay's chill overachiever spirit, keep things negative maintenance for the CX team, and show a whole order of magnitude new audience the power of the program. Let's see what ChatGPT creates as a... Did I pass my... How did you hear about his PDF in here? How did you... What did I say in this version? And you see, I remember the playful brand capture minute later and moved on. I was jacked by air symbols. Useful support was on a product for Ultimate Avail. Recommend it. Yeah, okay. Ba-da-dum-ba. Okay, after my time at One Feather, let's see here. So after my time at One Feather, this is when I really started to dive into programming. Obviously because I studied math at university, I was pretty familiar with R in particular, and I did some life sciences courses. So I'd also had a uni course that was an intro into Python with life sciences applications. Um, and so I was familiar with programming already. I'd built like a personal website with like HTML, CSS at some point during uni. But yeah, anyways, after my time at One Feather, I dove back into programming and started to teach myself, front end design, I guess, primarily, but also back end, just like web development, right? So front and back end web development. And so I'm First Nations. Yeah, I don't know what the term is in America, but it's American Indian. I don't know. But I'm First Nations, and so I'd spent some time programming, and then I applied for this free course. It was like a 6-week kind of boot camp-ish thing, and I did it, and I did very well in the course. And basically, from that, I won like a scholarship where this organization, this First Nations Technology Council, actually sponsored me to take BrainStation's intro to I guess software engineering is what it was called at the time, / web development. So they actually paid my full tuition for that, and gave me like a little like living allowance, so to speak. And so I dove into that, and I did pretty well in that program. And from there, my team actually won the hackathon, so I got like a free course in data analysis. And yeah, and from there, basically I just got pretty good at programming and making nice websites. And FNTC was like super instrumental in actually connecting me with Microsoft, where I was able to get that software engineering internship. I just explained it as if it was like a month-long thing. Obviously, that was like quite a career break that I had. It's not that I didn't work at all during this time. Like I had a stint. I went and got a ticket for occupational first aid. So I was OFA 3 is what it's called. Basically working on remote work sites, being the first responder there. So that was interesting. That's primarily how I paid the bills there. And yeah, and then after my time at, well, let's stop there. During my last year at uni, I co-founded a little like OEM startup, which you can read about on my resume. But how that all ended up shaking out is basically we had an awesome go-to-market plan. Our pitch book looked great. We entered a bunch of competitions and won a few $1,000s from those kind of things, right? Just pitching the idea. And this was all at this incubator at UBC. And basically where it got to is that we could not build the thing. So it was kind of a bummer because we were all really excited about, maybe what our future would look like if we all built this thing. And we were excited enough about it. It was cool and interesting. Unfortunately, what we're trying to do is like build these like heads-up displays of like a vector image, and stabilizing that image while going hundreds of miles per hour just proved to be a little bit too difficult for 3 undergrads, and they were in engineering physics, which is probably the hardest program you can find in Canada. So they were very busy. We probably needed a few optics PhDs to really bring this thing to market, and so there's nothing I could have really done to contribute to that. But I do know that the feeling I had at the end was, wow, I feel like I did my part in creating a compelling vision for this and a go-to-market plan. that had people excited. And it wasn't just me, of course, but we all did. And unfortunately, we just couldn't build the thing. And I couldn't really contribute to that bottleneck. And yeah, I think at that time I kind of realized, yeah, you can either be a builder or a seller. Fundamentally, if you're any sort of business operation, you can roughly bucket people into builders and sellers. And the feeling that I had at the time, because I wasn't really exposed to programming too much and understood, was that, hey, I got to learn how to build, or else these ideas that I have are actually just going to stay in my head, and it becomes tougher. Then you got to go out and find people that are aligned on values and see the same problem that you see and this whole thing. And I thought, I got to learn how to build, because I want to be able to build. That's especially when you look at all the tech companies that pop up, it's like they're all engineering-led organizations. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to build. And that's how I first, came to engineering, or where the first initial root of the idea was. But yeah, so this mission that Clay has of bringing the power of programming to an order of magnitude more people definitely aligns. I 100% think that is, a beautiful mission. And I think that there's a bunch of tooling that's enabled within IDEs for vibe coding now. But I do think that a more tailored solution with a very specific use case is like super valuable. And yeah, I remember the first time I learned about an API and being like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, I think the first API I really tapped was, I want to say a Dune API. Somebody just grabbed a bunch of quotes from Dune, and I was like, oh, okay, we have a little project here I got to do this weekend. I'm gonna make a little Dune app that can select a character and hear all of their quotes. Just quotable bars, because I love quotables. I just love pithy little statements, just succinct little ideas. Maybe that's I spend too much time on Twitter, maybe, or copywriting is interesting to me, advertising, marketing generally. But just how do you pack a bunch of information into one little statement? I love that. And so anyways, learning about APIs was, I guess, definitely a big explosion. And I think the really great thing about Clay is that, there's a bunch of APIs baked in, the integrations. But there's also the ability to be like, hey, go get your API key. If you don't know what that is, you Google it. It's a pretty tractable problem to figure out. And that's a big door into programming, and understanding the power of programming is understanding APIs, and hey, there's just a bunch of information that's really neatly organized on the internet, and you can dial that number and get all of it. And so bringing your own API keys is cool. And then obviously the HTTP API enrichment within Clay is super powerful. That's the one that I dove into the most, because what I saw was, hey, Clay here can hold a bunch of information. It's a really beautiful, database almost, that you can connect to a real database, but also connect to all of your customers, all of your channel partners, your suppliers, whatever it may be. You can get that information and you can put it through your own little server that you can configure super easily with vibe coding or just knowing these things, and do some interesting stuff. And that's kind of what I did with the V0 table. I think that's the value, right? Make it work, then make it great. Make it work, then make it great. Reviews type. That's advantage to the time given to it. Deadline drive efficiency. A true bug from queuing theory. Avoid estimating time for bug physical completion. Small project. True type deadline at the next question. Being really letting person be the engineer. Good. Where did I find that where it says that? Just gonna oh yes, here it is. Da, 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 da. Burning up, fam. What was I looking for? There's something about like DJs. Ba-da-boom. Alright, Zuderman. I think that's George Dawson. That's Yash. Okay. 11:30. We're gonna have to bounce here pretty soon. Gotta catch this appointment. Scheisse. All right, literally, I was gonna sit down. Perfect timing. Okay, team. What should I do? I will end the stream there because I gotta run. But I will be back this afternoon, I imagine. I'm not sure. I don't think this will take too long, but yeah, I do have to run. So, daily vitamins.